So what's going on, everybody? I'm so excited about this right here because this is our very first Cashflow Chronicles, guys, and we are very, 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 very happy about having this Cashflow Chronicles here at YouTube University. I am so excited that I can't even get my slides. I can't. Let me get these slides right quick. Let me see what we can do about it. I'm supposed to be at 7 o'clock, but yeah, that didn't work the way it needed to. So um, you know, just gonna all right. So, guys, when I say I'm excited, I'm so excited about this because this is going to be one of our well, it ain't going to be. It is our very first uh, cash flow conference for you guys, and I'm so excited that I'm ready to burst from the scenes. Of course, this is our first one. We got to get a little bit of our of our um, technology right? So that's okay. In this first episode, guys, of Cash Flow Chronicles, we're going to be talking about the 7 levels of wealth. The 7 levels of wealth. And today I want you to be able to decide and figure out which level are you on when it comes to the 7 levels of wealth. Now, this is important because I believe, and we're going to talk about it when we have the opportunity. I believe that when we start talking about levels of wealth, that it's important to remember that these levels are simply this here. These levels of wealth are simply to determine where you are so that you can do better. I got it. Right. Okay. Finally, so as we get ready to go and actually get ready to do these things, guys, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on in our pages, we're live on even on my Instagram channel. So we're doing 3 different platforms right now, and we're like at 6 different locations. So it's another exciting thing for me too. Getting the feel back and doing this live thing. Y'all don't remember I was going live like every single day at 7 p.m. on Periscope, and I've had some technology issues on today, so we were a little bit delayed on the day, but I'm so happy that we are absolutely here and ready to actually start giving you some content. Now, this show is going to evolve over time. Just know that we're going to be actually coming in and doing like current events and things like that. But today, I just want to be able to come in and just get like warmed up and figure out exactly what we should be doing and how we're going to be doing it. And so that's very exciting for me as well. So as we get ready to go and start talking about the 7 levels of wealth, um, we talk about a lot about having a money mindset, right? And I believe that every single person has a money mindset. Every single person has a money mindset. The question is, what type of money mindset do you have, right? You can have a money mindset, a poverty money mindset. You can have a money mindset such as a middle class money mindset, or you can have a millionaire mindset. So we may talk about that on tomorrow. But today, I want you to be able to identify exactly where you are on the 7 levels of wealth, and then we're going to show you exactly how you get out of that situation. So over here, guys, I'm going to try to figure out if I can pull up my comments, and I can. So what's going on, Harold? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I don't know exactly how the chat works over here, but it's okay. Guys, if you guys put something in the chat, tell me something in the chat so I can send you a shout out real quickly. And if you're watching the replay, put replay in the chat. And if you haven't, share this content and information out, you guys, because I'm telling you, it is original. It is our content, 100%. I'm your financial Moses, and let's go. So when we start talking about the 7 levels of wealth, please understand that um, this is not something to shame anybody. This is not something to belittle anybody. This is to identify where you are. Let's take the steps to get to that next level. All right. And many times when we're first getting out the house and we're first getting our footing, right? Typically, we go through the first stage, and that first stage is something that I call um, I don't know what I call it because everything it ain't on the screen. Wow, it is not. There it is. All right. So I got to get these in order. Remember that. All right. First level, guys, is called survival. Survival, that level of wealth is the very first level of wealth where we begin to talk about meeting your basic needs. You're just struggling to make ends meet. The problem is that ends don't. So it's a struggle on your daily process. Saying my level one is that's my meeting my daily needs. When I have very little control over my life, right? Matter of fact, not only do I have very little control of my life, you're usually controlled by life. Life is just beating you up at this particular level. In this level, you usually find that daily life is surrounded by meeting your daily needs. Like I'm just trying to figure out, man, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna eat. I'm praying that I can just get to the gas station on Friday. It's Thursday, but that direct deposit gonna hit at midnight, and I'm praying that I can get right to the gas station. I remember those days. Those are my college days. I'm like, man, I don't get paid for Friday, and God, you just gotta let me get to the gas station. Just hold out. When that gas tank is on E, but it ain't all the way in the yellow, all the way in the red. You like, woo, you gonna hold on. That direct deposit hit at midnight. You like, thank you, Jesus. Right? But now I gotta pray to get to the gas station. Anybody ever been there? If you ever been in the survival stage, you remember I need you to press the number 1 1 1 1 1 in the chat right now because that is the survival stage. Right? That's where life is really controlling you. Right? This is where you usually gotta like depend on other people. This is when you get the Rainbow Coalition in the mail. I call it the Rainbow Coalition because that's when you're getting shut up notices, right? You're gonna rob Peter to pay Paul. Oh, okay, I'm gonna pay this bill in full this month. I'm not gonna pay this bill at all. I'm gonna put something on this bill over here. And next thing you know, you're getting a yellow late notice, you're getting a red shut off notice, you're getting a blue urgent notice, right? You're getting all this colored mail in the mail because you got the Rainbow Coalition absolutely coming to you at this first level of wealth, right? The second level of wealth is what we call the insecure level. And that insecure level is where we start, we're not financially secure yet, right? It's like I'm not at the survival stage, but I'm not at the next stage either. I'm like one check away from being back at the survival stage, right? So when I'm at the insecure stage, guys, I really have no control over life. Like I have no control. And so it's like a stage of uncertainty. It's a stage of instability, that, I might be able to meet my basic needs. So I know I'm going to be able to pay rent. I know I'm going to be able to eat. It's still a struggle. Things are kind of tight. But this is when you say, man, at least my bills are paid, right? That's at the end of the month or whatever it is. You're just like, payday, at least I had enough to pay my bills, right? This is when you like, I want to do something extra, but you're looking at your account. You got to go check your account. You pull up the app. You got to check your account and be like, yeah. This is when you get to the credit card. I mean, get to the checkout counter and you go to swipe your card. You praying like pray. Right at this stage, you might see a couple of non-sufficient fund fees come through your checking account because you know I'm not I'm not all the way in survival stage, but I'm still surviving. I'm financially insecure, right? If you know anybody, or not necessarily, right? Let me just put it this way: if you have ever been in financially insecure stage, right? That financially insecure stage, you ever been there before? I've been there before. I've been pretty much all these days, right? The financially insecure stage where man, if I get laid off, I miss a check, I miss a job. If an emergency happens, if something come up, if the car need to be fixed, if I get a flat tire, if there's just something happens, there's an emergency happen, I pray nobody dies because I really can't take no work, and I really ain't got no money to be traveling across the country. Right? It's like I'm not all the way secure yet. I'm financially insecure. Anybody ever been at this level right here? Press the number one. Like y'all don't put enough money here. Y'all ain't telling the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But we ain't all been here where you Robert Peter PayPal. We all been here. You one check away. Just one, just one check away. All right. All right. So then the next level that's in here um is level one was actually level one is actually our survival stage. Level two is our insecure stage. But level three is not that one. Level three is our secure phase, right? And that's the secure phase is where I'm doing a little bit better, right? I'm doing a little bit better in life. I got a better job, got better income, you know, gain control of my daily, day-to-day expenses, you know, and so now I'm controlling my living expenses. So remember in step number 1, you didn't have any control over life. Matter of fact, life was controlled. Step number 2, you really had no control over life, and then in step number 3, well, you're just controlling living expenses, right? I'm financially secure in the fact that I know that all my bills are paid. I'm gonna have maybe a little bit extra a month, right? I'm gonna have a little bit extra a month. This is what you start seeing people say, "You know what? I'm gonna go on vacation." But you know that when you go on vacation, you can come back and you usually have to make up some overtime or something. This is where, Christmas is coming. I can do Christmas, but I'm waiting for tax season to kinda make up because it's something. Yeah, I got a little extra, but I ain't got a whole lot extra, but I know I'm gonna be able to pay my bill. This is where you're trying to build your emergency fund. This is where you're trying to work on your credit. This is where you're trying to figure out if I'm gonna be able to put something in my retirement fund. I'm trying to figure it out. And using here, this is where you find people using their credit card more. Credit is a little bit good, but here's the challenge in financial security. The little extra that you have because you have worked so hard to have some control over life. You made it through the survival stage. You made it through the insecure stage. Now you in this 3rd level of being secure that you just wanna enjoy life. I done worked hard, and this is what we say, YOLO, you only live once, I'm gonna enjoy my money. We say things like, "Well, you can't take it with you." Right? So now, because I can't take it with me, because I only live once, now I'm gonna go and buy that Dooney bag, I'm gonna buy that Coke, I'm gonna get, the Louboutins, I'm going to get some red bottoms, I'm going to go over here and get Chanel, I'm going to get, some name brand. I know I really don't have it, but I deserve it, right? It's on sale, even though you can't afford to save, but it's on sale. I deserve it. I work hard, and now I'm going to get it. Why? Because I am financially secure. But in this stage, you guys, this is where I really want to challenge people maybe in this stage because that extra money that you should be having if you go on vacation with, that little extra surplus that you got that you went on vacation with, that little extra surplus you got that you went and turned up at the club, the little extra surplus that you went out and just say, you know what, I'm gonna represent and I'm gonna go ahead and get me something luxury, whether it's the luxury car with the payments that it's gonna be kinda tight. I'm gonna go get me some luxury clothes with some name brands that I know I really can't afford right here. But if you took that extra and you actually put it into an asset and you start buying assets with the extra here, instead of going and enjoying your money and eating your money and consuming your seed, well, then it would allow you to get to that next stage. The next stage is the stage, um, that I really, really, really wanna talk about, kinda in detail, right? Because this next stage, guys, is the one that most people are striving for, but really don't know how to obtain, right? And that next stage is the free stage. So when we start talking about the free stage, this is where people say, "Man, I just want to be free," which is why we started Be Free University. And this is where you want to control time. This is the stage where I own my time, I control my time, that I have enough my assets are producing enough residual income coming in that I never have to go to work another day in my life. This is where my time now belongs to me. My time belongs to me, I can live my purpose. My time belongs to me, I can live my dreams. My time belongs to me, I can enjoy my family. My time belongs to me, and I can do what I know God has called me to do. This is that free level. How many people right now says, "You know what? I can't wait to be retired." But retire is not gonna be connected to an age. Retire is gonna be connected to the time I say, "I'm done working, and I will never have to worry about money ever, 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 ever again." This is that free stage. This is that stage where, things are absolutely gonna be working out for you in a very, good way. Right? So, inside of that, this is where, I got assets, my assets is producing money, and I'm not depending on living expenses from my wages. I found a way extract money from other people, whether you are a landlord and you're getting paid every single month. You own a business and people are buying products from you. You're providing value to the marketplace. In exchange for value, people are on a daily basis, whether you wrote a book and you are now an author, those book sales are coming through for you, or you have a Shopify account, and you're doing digital marketing, or you have a course that you put out, and now that course is bringing in revenue for you. You're selling clothes. There's something out there that you have that's going to bring in revenue, and now you never have to go to a job again, right? Well, this is the level that most people are striving for. If this is you and you say, I cannot wait till I get to this level, and this level is where I'm going to be able to do what I want, when I want, how I want, for as long as I want, with whoever I want. I need you to put an 8 in the chat right now because 8 is the number of abundance. 8 is the number of wealth. 8 is also the number of new beginning. 8 is the number of prosperity. And so, if you're looking for a new beginning of having your time to be free because you're walking in wealth, you're walking in abundance, you're walking in prosperity, and you have your time back, that's the stage you want. Put a number 8 in the chat right quick, guys. I want to see number 8 actually representing here um, as well. So I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to put an 8 in the chat just to see if you guys are getting my 8. So it looks like I can do it on YouTube. Looks like I can do it on one of my Facebook channels. And the other ones are not working. All right, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. All right. So that free stage, guys, is the stage that you really want to get to. That's where you have control over your time. So, well, George, what's the next? If I'm about control of my time, what could be next? Well, that's what I call the rich stage, right? Um, I just messed that up. I just told y'all the rich stage. The free stage is where I actually have control over assets. That's where I start doing it. But the rich stage is where I have control over time. I didn't mess it all the way up. Lord Jesus, I want to start over. All right, so the free stage, guys, is where you have control over assets and money. Assets and money. This is where you have control of assets and money, and you start buying assets so that now you can get to the next stage, which is rich stage, level 5. Our rich stage. Rich stage is where you have control over your money, right? And so this is where you have control over your time. Excuse me, you have control over your time in this rich stage, all right? So after that, you say, okay, so level I done messed this whole way up. I'm laughing my way through it, right? Level 1 is your survival stage. It's where you have no control over life. Life is beating you down. Level 2 is where you're in that insecure stage where you're one check away from being back in survival stage, figure it out, and have no control over anything. Level 3 is where I'm in that secure stage where I'm barely making ends controlling just my living expenses. Number 4 is that free stage, and that's where I start buying assets because assets are gonna be the thing that's gonna be able to help me get to the next level where I'm actually now buying things that's gonna generate passive and renewed income for me. Well, what is the next stage? That next stage is the rich stage where I actually have control of my time because my assets is now producing enough income where I can now leave my job and I never have to go to work again. Well, what's the next stage, which would be level number 6, which is the wealthy stage. Now, this is a different stage. We don't hear many people talk about this stage. But this is a different stage. This is where you say, you know what? I got control over my time. I got control over my living expenses. I have control over assets. So now I'm pretty straight. I'm pretty cool. Now my focus is not on money. My focus is on legacy. Now I want to be able to control other people's time or future time. I wanna be able now my focus is on leaving something in inheritance for my children and my children's children. My focus now is making sure my will is right, my trust is right, that I'm gathering, uh, enough that I know that, this is a stage where you're like, "You know what? I'm gonna be able to pay for the wedding." And I'm not just gonna pay for the wedding, but, the gift for, um, my son and my daughter, whoever's coming in, or what are you doing? Say, "We're just gonna go ahead and put them in the house." That's the stage, right? Where you start looking at legacy, transferring of wealth. What is the best estate planning method that I'm gonna be able to use? Guys, I've seen this so many times, and I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. There are a lot of people who get to this place where they say, "Well, you know, I wanna get a trust." If you're not at the wealthy stage, and I'm not trying to, hate on nobody, a trust is the best thing for you because you don't even have the assets yet. A trust is made to secure your assets. It's a level of protection, and many times I've seen people advertising trust to people that's in, the insecure stage or the secure stage. Like, you don't need a trust right now. What you need is finally get some assets. Let's get some assets. And once we get assets, let them produce enough income, and then we can put them in trust. It is a financial strategy that you can use that's gonna absolutely allow you to pass assets down and property down to your inheritance without having to go through probate, without having the tax differentials that you're gonna have to do if you actually own it. That's where own nothing, but you control everything. That's this stage, the wealthy stage. You're controlling your legacy. You are focusing now on the lasting impact upon the earth. This is where you wanna leave a thumbprint upon the earth so that you can make sure that when you're gone, family is taken care of. And finally, the last stage, is the ultimate stage, is the philanthropic stage. This is where you wanna control other people's stuff. You wanna control influence. Like, I've matriculated down from the very first stage. The very first stage was the survival stage. I've moved on to the insecure stage. I passed now and actually became secure. And then I finally became free, and then I finally became rich because I own my time. Now I've gotten the legacy out the way. And so now I wanna become a social influencer. I wanna be able to control, who I give to. I wanna be able to influence society or even, my community or my state or even on a global level. This is when I'm gonna give to causes. They're gonna name buildings after me, or they're going to build statues on my behalf. This is where I'm establishing foundations and I'm being philanthropic. Why? Because I know when I leave, I want a lasting impression of the earth, and so now I'm controlling influence. I'm controlling I have the ability to control the final you know, when we are no longer here, right? When we finally, transition, and people say, "What did your life stand for?" This is that stage where you start thinking about this is the stage where you start saying, "Man, you know what? When people when I die, people are not gonna remember how much money I had. People are not gonna remember, all the things that I bought, all the things that I gained, but people will remember what I did for someone else. People will remember how I gave." And the truth is, guys, this is the stage that God has for you. This is that stage, because here's where we can make a difference and have an impact upon the earth, and that impact can represent kingdom, not what society has said is right. Because please understand that whoever controls wealth, there's a saying that says whoever controls the gold makes the rules. That's whoever controls the wealth actually has the influence. Now you say, "Hey, I'm giving to this cause. These are the things I need," and it needs to line up with the kingdom. You'll start seeing things shift. And the reason that the enemy has fought us on every single hand in the body of Christ, because God says that we are catalysts upon the earth. And if he can get it to us, he'll get it to us if he knows he can get it through us. And so now we become that catalyst and that giving entity upon the earth where we impact influence. We can impact change. This is where we begin to say that the values and the morals that the church and the Bible stands for, that we want to stand up and actually be able to do that. That's that philanthropic stage. This is where when the pastor says that we're going to build a youth center, you can say, you know what, I write a check for it. We're going to build a senior citizens home. I write a check for it. This is where if you had, imagine a church of 10,000 members and 2,000 of them are in the philanthropic stage. It's time to raise money. Oh my God. This is what you're seeing when the Bible says that Moses went to raise an offering to build the tabernacle, and people just gave and gave and gave and gave and gave to the point where he had to stop them from giving. That's the way when the pastor gives a vision in the church and says, "This is what we're doing. This is what it stands for, and this is where it's going." Like, you know what? I'm philanthropic. I can give. This is that stage that is. Guys, in the 7 levels of wealth, so let's do a quick review real quickly. Number 1 is that survival stage. That's where I'm just struggling. Right? That's usually when, people just leaving the house. You got struggling also could be, where or that survival stage is where, you got laid off and you don't know where it's coming from. You're trying to draw unemployment, right? It's not just young people. There are some people in survival stage because some bad things in life have happened. You got sick. Some people are in survival stage because they retired and they had to downsize. And they're not bringing in as much income, or they got sick and they're living on just on Social Security, or they went through a divorce and now they're single parents. And now I'm doing this by myself, and I used to be able to do it here, and I'm trying to figure it out. So just because you're in the survival stage does not mean that 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 you did something wrong. Sometimes it just happens. I will encourage you to say, you don't have to be there. That survival stage, that next stage you get to, you say, "I'm never gonna land back on my feet." So, you know what? I'm an insecure stage. I'm not financially secure yet. I have, really no control over life right now, but at least my bills are at least I'm still struggling, I'm still check to check, at least I can then we finally get to the secure stage. That's my financial secure. This is where I have control of my living expenses, where I'm no longer paycheck to paycheck. I'm actually able to make, you know, um my bills at the end of the month, and I'm actually okay. Then the next one is the free stage. Well, I'm free enough financially that I can go buy assets, and those assets are now gonna make a difference in my life. I have control over assets, and if you do that right, well, then you're gonna get to that rich stage. What is rich? See, most people thought rich was about money, but it's not about money. It's about having control of your time, buying your life, getting your life back. That's that rich stage where I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want, where I want. That is the rich stage, that I can live the purpose that God has called for me, and I don't have to report to a 9 to 5 job because I have enough assets coming in that are paying me every single month, whether you invested, in any kind of asset. I'm not gonna start throwing stuff out there, or you actually went about real estate, or you have a business. Something is working for you that's not connected to your time. Next stage. Well, that's where you say, "You know what? Let's start rich stage first." I'm rich, well, not rich, I'm wealthy, and now I'm not focusing just on, not only my time, but now I'm focusing on my legacy. My legacy. What am I leaving to my children and my children's children? And finally, that last stage is what we say, philanthropy. I wanna control the influence that I leave on the earth. Guys, this is our very first Cashflow Chronicles. I made it through it. It was a struggle, but we made it. All right. So, guys, I want you guys to join me tomorrow for King Keys in the morning. Join me tomorrow for King Keys at 7 a.m. We're talking about the secrets of the heart. And man, all I can tell you is there a whole lot more to the heart than what most people. In fact, it's so deep that I'm challenging whether people are actually truly and really in the civic stage. Are they really saved? We're gonna talk about that on tomorrow. It's matters of the heart, secrets of the heart. Guys, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We're gonna be right back here at Cashflow Chronicles at 7 p.m. And then on tomorrow morning, we're gonna be at Kingdom Keys in the morning, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. on the same bad time, same bad channel, right here, guys. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Morning, Cashflow Chronicles. I love you guys. I cannot wait to see you on tomorrow. Until then, you guys be blessed. All right. See you guys.